everybody, to Laughter Talks. I so much appreciate your being here today. And we have a very special guest. And before we go any farther, I'm going to stop and introduce her first. I'm sure that you all know her. And Dee, thank you for being here. I'm so excited.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so let me introduce you. Now, this attractive, happy go lucky blonde actress, educated at the University of Kansas and a former ballet socialist, first broke into both TV and cinema screens in the mid 70s. And through her appearances in several well remembered horror and sci fi films, and I remember them all. Now, baby boomers, yay, we rule.
Yay!
Um, Dee quickly gained a cult following among the fantasy film fans such as The Hills Have Eyes, The Howling, Cujo, and as the sympathetic mom in the mega sci-fi hit E.T., The Extraterrestrial. Now, Dee has had a very busy and varied acting career, has appeared in over 90 feature films, and to date still delights us with seeing her in films. Now, 20 years ago, after the tragic death of her husband, Dee received her first message to use the light within you to heal yourself. Now, Dee has passionately been teaching the art of self-creation ever since. And that's why we're here today to talk about Dee's amazing new book, which is Born. I have it right here. And this is Giving Birth to a New You. And I have read this book, and Dee, thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome.
Well, my pleasure, my love.
Oh,
we go back a long ways, don't we?
yes. Yes. Now this falls right into the new way the life is because we met at Spirit Works
We
Center.
did.
And as we know, that's a new journey. But I know you've got many books. But tell us about this is the one. This is the most recent, and
This is the new one.
tell us about the birth of this in you and what created you to create this to help us.
Well, I've been doing this work as a spiritual practitioner and as a life awareness energy directing specialist for over 35 years now. And when the pandemic hit, I got up one morning and they said, well, they've closed all the studios.
Oh.
And I went into panic and I said, oh my God, how am I going to make a living? And my channel said, Dee, the studios aren't your business and your living. Your consciousness is your living. So get up every day and say, what do I get to create today? So I did. And one day I got up and they said, write the book, not a book, but the book. And I knew what they were referring to right away, my channel, because, I do probably 4 or 5 private sessions a day with people all over the world. And I see people that have studied how to create your life, read about it, gone to the workshops, talked about it, but they're not clear about how to live it.
Exactly.
And they're not clear about the very simple formula that applies to creating absolutely everything in your life.
Exactly. And in your book, that's why I'm fascinated by this, because on page 31, it's chapter 2 about choice. And you say right here, the individual having free will must consciously, with full determination, make the demand. So what you're talking leads us right into that. Tell us about, don't you feel about the choice? People have to make the choice. And how hard is it with the people you've worked with for them to realize that?
Well, it's not hard to make the choice. It's just that we've never been taught how to do it.
Exactly.
So most people will describe to me what they want by telling me what they don't want.
Yes.
When I go out and speak, I can have somebody come up on stage and I'll say, okay, what do you want? Well, I don't want to have to worry about money. Good. What do you want? Well, I don't want to be so stressed out about money all the time. Good. What do you want? Well, wish I didn't have to always scratch and save for money. This can go on literally for 20 minutes until they get so pissed off at me. They
Yeah.
go, I want more money. And I go, good. Now you've told me what you want.
Yeah.
So the first thing is to see what's not working in your life. Go, I don't want that. So this is the positive of what I do want. And really consciously choose and commit to creating that. And that's not talking about it or studying about it or wishing or hoping. It all happens, the creation of everything happens within us. We create it within us. We become in alignment with what we want, and then it finds us.
This is such. Do you feel that most people have a problem with recognizing their own power?
Well, I like to use the word challenge instead of trouble. Um, yes, I think people are challenged accepting and using their own power because they're afraid of it.
Yeah.
We were always taught God won't love us if we're too powerful. Our friends um, judge us, and our family judges us if we're too powerful. We're braggadocious. But what people don't understand is the difference between power and force. Force is the more negative connotation of what true power through divine love really is. And when you use your power through love, you cannot mishandle your power. It's
Very
not
true.
it's not possible.
Very true. That's very, very true. Do you find that a lot of people in the initial stages of this are resistant to it? Because I know even myself, when I made changes over the years, I had was really not aware of what I was saying and going back to what we proclaim for ourselves, which I know on the next pages you talk about that. But do you feel that most people, what is the best way that you can help them to recognize themselves and what they need and what you do?
Well, it's really pretty easy. You know, uh, does that thought make you feel more powerful and happy? Or does that thought take your power away from you and make you more depressed? Does that feeling give you more energy and joy? Or does that feeling create more victimness within you? So the trick is to become conscious of what you are thinking and feeling, what your belief systems are, and what your perspectives are of the world. You know, I'm getting ready to do a big webinar on the Ukraine-Russia thing. And my channel keeps saying, look, the Ukraine-Russia experience is happening as a reflection of what we're creating within ourselves. Most people think consciousness is out there and it's affecting us. It's the other way around. However, we are creating our consciousness goes out into the main consciousness, and whatever, on whichever side of the balance beam it's on, positive or negative, that's what you're going to see expressed in the world. So Russia is about one people judging and overwhelming and overtaking and wanting to own somebody else. You see that going on everywhere in our society.
Yeah.
You see it going on in abortion rights. You see it going on in voting rights. You know,
Even within families.
oh, absolutely, within families. I mean, we're at the point where we can't sit down and discuss anything with each other anymore because we're all in judgment. And you only go in judgment when you're in fear.
That's a good point to bring up.
Yeah.
That's a very good point to bring up.
You go in judgment because you're in fear of losing your power. But then you see, on the other hand, you're not really accessing and using your power in the highest way. And so the people who want power, which is actually more force, they will rise up to dominate the world scene if those of us who know power through divine love don't step forward. And I'm not talking in a namby-pamby, oh my God, it's just all about love. You know, it is all about love, but it's about powerful love.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you were saying about this webinar you're going to do. So I know you have your website now. This can all be found on your website. Would you tell everybody the name of your website?
I am dwallace.com. Really hard, huh, guys?
I know. I like to have a person say it because I'm going to put that right up there because that's where they go if they would like to reach you to attend the webinar, the seminars you have.
Book a session, find out how to call into my Sunday show every 9 a.m. Pacific time on Sundays.
Oh, how long does how long is that on?
It's an hour show, and I just passed my 600th episode.
Congratulations, that's wonderful. I'm going to have to watch that. You do so many things, it's hard to keep track of.
I know, but you know, I love everything I do. And so it's easy to work everything out because I want to do them all. So I just finished my 5th film.
Tell us about it.
This year. Well, it's funny. I went from a romantic comedy to a family film back into the horror genre. So, and I love doing them all. You know, it's really interesting that the romantic comedy and the family film really dovetailed my healing work in with my film work. I love it how life really does mirror creativity, you know?
That's so true.
Yeah.
Oh, that really is. Can you tell, is this finished being filmed, when it will be coming out, or is it all on the hush hush?
Well, no, they're not hush hush, but I can't tell you when they're coming out because we literally just finished all of them in the last month and a half.
We all know how post goes.
Yeah, one of them is, I think it might be retitled, but right now it's Birthday Boyfriend. The next one is The Legend of Cat Claw's Mountain, which is the family film.
Wow, that's wonderful.
And I don't know if I can mention the horror film yet.
I love horror. You know, I'm getting more and more into that, but I have to say, you know what my favorite of your movies was? I bet you get this a lot. It was E.T.
Oh, shocker.
I mean, really.
Shocker.
I still remember crying like a baby when E.T. had it. You know, we thought we were going to lose it. It was just, it was a wonderful, wonderful film.
I probably have watched it 150 times and I cry every time. You know, it's our Wizard of Oz. Yeah. It's just that kind of film that reaches into your heart and reminds you of what's true.
Yeah, that's so true.
You know, which we're all so hungry for.
Yes. Yes, absolutely right. Now, do you have, I know you've done a lot of them, and this is probably very unfair, but do you have one that is your favorite that you've done?
Oh, yes, Cujo.
Cujo? Oh, Cujo. Really? Yeah. That was interesting, too. How did you how much time did you actually spend in the presence of the dog?
Oh, we worked with the real live dogs in almost every shot.
Was he well behaved? Were you scared at any point?
Well, there were 13 dogs, all trained to go after toys. So we literally had to tie their tails down with fish wire.
Oh my gosh.
Because we didn't want them to wag their tails all the time. But so one was like one was a growler and one was a digger and one was a jumper. And the trainer would on action go, dig for your toy. And so he'd go, and he looked absolutely frightening.
Yes.
He really was just going after his toy. So Danny and I, we never felt threatened. We never felt in fear from the dogs. They were so impeccably well trained. That being said, that film just about killed me to shoot it.
Why?
Why? Have you seen it?
Well, you're in pretty good shape, and
well, your brain and your body don't know you're acting.
Oh,
so
I understand.
You go through the same chemical reactions.
I understand completely.
You're really in fight or flight for 10 weeks. So they treated me for exhaustion after that film. But, I look at it and I think I went the furthest I could go in the most truthful way I could go there. And that to me is a great acting job.
Well, yes, it is, because that's why I asked you about the dogs, because I know as acting, we're seeing what's being created. But what I love about working with actors on my little projects and everything is I've come to learn exactly what you're saying. They're not acting. I don't consider actors actors. They're really digging into a part of themselves that's a reality. Yeah. And for the project to really work, that is exactly where you have to go. And
I mean, I had to be scared for my life if the audience was going to feel that.
Yeah. Because it does. It comes out in your body, in your eyes, in every vibration of your energy.
Yep. And that's my job.
Yeah. But it is amazing. And that is why it's hard on actors after the fact, because like you said, you have to recuperate, but yet you pick that as your favorite one. So you really did, like you said, enjoy extending yourself and going beyond what you even knew you could do. So that's really amazing.
Yeah,
but
you.
I just want to thank you for all the wonderful things you've done, because I think it's the biggest joy. Entertainment brings us the biggest joy. And through the pandemic and everything, look how we kept in touch with each other. And now we got to watch things that helped us remember to be in touch with people. And the Zoom, I love doing my shows. I can meet up with people that I didn't before. So
when I was finishing the book, the channel said, write everything that you created month by month in the last year. I went, what? They said, just write a chapter about what. I could not believe how much I created within the confines of the pandemic.
Exactly.
It was amazing, because when you don't allow yourself to accept the limitations fall away. And you start asking yourself, okay, well, within these parameters, what can I create?
Yeah. And
absolutely. And you're always connecting with that creativity.
Yes.
And with the people you're sharing it with.
Yeah.
Whether you're a writer or a painter or an actor. I mean, I had a short film written just as a gift to all my horror fans during the pandemic, called Stay Home. I think you can see it on YouTube.
Oh, I have to see that.
And my daughter directed it, and she directed it through the internet and sent a GoPro camera to everyone. And so everyone stayed in their house and were COVID compliant and safe. And we made a really pretty sharp little movie.
I love watching shorts. I mean, and good. And so your daughter's following in your footsteps as far as.
Oh my gosh, my daughter's a dynamo. She has 2 best-selling books out herself, a top podcast on right now. She's helping so many women who have been used and abused rebuild their lives and find their power back again.
Oh, that's wonderful. Does she have an organization that you'd like to mention, or the name of her book?
Well, it's Eat, Pray, #FML.
Okay.
It's the first book. And The Ridiculous Misadventures of a Single Girl is a continuation of that story. So the two books kind of go together.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing that with us because a lot of people would be really interested. You have a lot of fans out there. So, again, they can get to your website, imdwallace.com, and they
Yep.
can find everything you're doing. And if they want to sign up for anything, they can do it there.
Yep.
And I just love it. And now, before you leave, um, I'd like to ask you, I'm so glad you're still in the acting career. What would you suggest to younger people that want to get into acting during these times? What's a good way that they can start? Do you have any suggestions?
Well, yeah, like everything, you have to create it within you. So if you don't know you are an actor, if you're waiting for all the casting directors and producers to tell you you're an actor by hiring you, you're going to wait a lot longer than if within you, you go, yes, I'm an actress. I know I'm an actor. I believe in myself. I'm feeling all that love around acting. And there is a formula to follow to do that, to get yourself in alignment. It's not just wishful thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what I lay out in Born, the absolute steps that
Okay,
you
so
need to take.
again,
And
we have to
it's
get
easy read, guys. It's real easy to understand,
Yes.
and it's fun.
Yes, it is. I really enjoyed it. I have my notes. I highlight and underline so many things, and you just can't put it down. So everybody, get Dee's book, Born, and you can get it on her website. Can they also get this on Amazon?
Yep, Amazon, Barnes and Noble. Yep.
Okay, so you can get this all over. There's no excuse because if you want to start an acting career, if you want to open yourself up to more spirituality and joy, it
Yes.
all starts here. So
If
you
you
read
want to
some-
make more money, if you want to be successful, if you want to create a new relationship that's powerful and loving, it's all the same formula, guys. And once you know it, your life becomes pretty miraculous, like mine.
It really does. And I can tell how yours is because we do reflect on the outside, how we're feeling on the inside and our state of health. And not only are you spiritually shining, but you're a beautiful presence in the world outside as well.
Oh, thank you.
And
Sue.
I thank you so much, Dee, for making time to be here with us and to share this. And God bless you. And I know you're staying healthy and keep delighting us with entertainment. And everybody, as I always say, support your immune system, only one per customer. And
I love that.
I'm going to say thank you so much. We'll see you soon. And you have a great day.
I'm creating it that way,
That's
baby.
right. That's
Bye-bye.
it. Thank you so much. Bye, Dee. Take care.